Hi, hey. We are so excited for you to pick your puppy. We just finished with the Bullet and Clover litter temperament testing. Um, we just wanted to give a brief introduction of the litter and of temperament testing and how it all works, what to do. So, first thing is the puppies were a little bit naughty. We gave them baths and everything, but we gave them baths so that we could take their little profile pictures. So you have a cute view of their faces and can help you um, pick your puppy. Uh, but they got into our pine tree. I actually let them play in the tree. I didn't even think of it. And they got sap all over them. Um, and I don't know how to get it off. We have scrubbed and done everything that we could think of. So you're gonna see it in their pictures. I'm so sorry. If you have any tips on how to get sap out of puppy fur, please send them. I cannot get it out. So, um, hopefully we can get it out in the next week and your puppies will be sap free by the time they come home. We fenced off the tree, so we spent our night doing. But I guess that's a good reminder that puppies are puppies and you will be more prepared for your puppy to come home. So you're gonna see it in their photos. It's like on their faces. Some of it is like right in the middle or on the side. I am so sorry. I wanted to make sure you had a picture to help you select your puppy. Um, but they're gonna have sap on their faces that I just cannot get off. um, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, so you're gonna get that temperament testing evaluation. It's gonna have their cute little sap covered naughty puppy faces and their weights, vet notes, testing, any notes that we have are things that we want you to know about that individual puppy. And then on the bottom, there's going to be these little charts, basically, that tell you about each of the traits that we tested for. And basically, for those traits, what we're looking at is we're taking into consideration the breed and the litter. And so that's how we determine that where they are on that scale. So what we're not doing is saying this puppy has this level of energy compared to all dogs, taking into consideration border collies and, you know, Shih Tzus or whatever, So we're just looking at for a golden retriever and compared to the other siblings in the litter so that you really have a good idea of what puppy to pick. And speaking of picking puppies, we will send you home with like what each of those traits means, how to determine like what you need, and how to pick your puppy based on that. So there's like a little guide we send home for you to review. I know this is a lot of information and truly we appreciate you watching the videos and looking over all of it. I know it takes some time and we do appreciate that and we know that it does take that time. So with that, so these results are not saying that this is all your dog is going to be. Like we're not saying that these are the same levels of these traits that they're going to have later. Like they can grow and they can change. Some of those traits will stay the same as they grow. Some of them will change, and that's based on their training and their environment. And so that's truly up to you. But what we're saying is this is your raw puppy. Like these puppies are 8 weeks old. They haven't had a lot of environmental, impact or training. Is just their natural tendencies. What their natural aptitudes are for certain things, what they are like in their raw form, and what they, are better at, are maybe not as good at, you know. So your job is to really take a look at all of the puppies, male and female, watch the videos and see, what puppy would best fit in your home based on those natural and raw things. And then, of course, again, it's your job to shape that puppy as they grow. With that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need you to know about that. Some of the puppies in this litter are pretty vocal. this litter came out just little chatterboxes. So we'll know on there which puppies are more vocal, because that's not something you're going to see in the test. Same thing about their interactions with other dogs. We have had several other dogs here. My dad's dogs, who we trust, came and they helped play with the puppies. We have introduced them to the younger puppies. All of that data tells us how they're going to interact with other dogs. Those interactions are really, really hard to get on camera, and also it's not something that we can show you in the test. So we'll make note of those if there's anything that you need to know about their interactions with other dogs. So we'll note those things. There's one other thing that you need to know about this litter. We went to their vet visit and they were all cleared to go home by the vet. However, we do have one sweet boy puppy, the Navy Collar Boy Chip. He has a low-level heart murmur. So let me tell you more about that. The puppy's heart at this age, they're not completely mature, like not totally developed yet. So it is actually very common for puppies to have a little bit of a heart murmur. It's something that they see very, very frequently. And the vet has said, so he said when we were there this past week, that 90% of those puppies who have heart murmurs at this age will essentially outgrow them, right? Their heart will mature, and that won't be an issue for their future. Like, it's just not something that will be part of their life. So that puppy will need, though, monitored to make sure that that heart murmur does go away, which we expect it to. There's always a chance that it doesn't, in which case it would be considered a congenital issue, and that is covered under our warranty. So if you have questions about that, if you're considering that wonderful puppy, he's so amazing, you're going to see in his test. If you're considering that Navy Collar Boy, and have questions about that, please reach out. We are totally transparent, would love to talk with you about it. But we wanted you to know that that is something that you need to consider, and that you'll have to mention to your vet. So your vet will need to know that they had a small heart murmur, and to just check on that. Then on that very first vet visit, like 2 or 3 days after they get home, they need to check it then, and then if they still hear the murmur, they need to keep checking it over the next few months as their heart continues to mature. So that is, I believe, let me check my list here. Everything. Oh, there is one more thing. As with the photos, we will also add more photos in the Google Drive. So you'll get a side profile, and so the front profile you'll get on their little evaluation reports, and then look in the Google photo album for their side profile photos. About those side profile photos. So this gets kind of complicated if you're not like in the dog world, like the show dog world. So usually but in the show world, if you see a side profile photo, they're what they call a stacked photo. So basically what that picture is it shows you the angles of the puppy. In order to get a photo like that, the puppy has to be standing in exactly the right spot and leaning the exact right way with its feet a certain distance apart, and they have to like move their feet. Those photos are extremely hard to get in puppies, and I'm not good at it. So the photos that you're going to see are not stacked photos, if I'm being honest. They are just photos to give you an idea of what the puppy looks like. You're not going to be able to see correct that each puppy's actual true angles and conformation based on those photos. And quite honestly, a couple of them are just not that good of side profile pictures, because we could not get the puppy to hold still. So if the photo is not like a really nice side profile picture, just know that puppy was not holding still for us to take that picture. But we just wanted to make sure that you had a good idea of what the puppies look like. We think that is also important, and if you want more pictures of a certain puppy, definitely reach out and let me know for that too, or if you want to see more videos or anything like that. We are here to help you choose your puppy over the next few days. If the other thing is if the first person decides to choose early before their deadline, no pressure, the deadline is set, what you have received in your email. If the first person chooses before their deadline, I will let the second person know. You're welcome to choose ahead of time if it's your turn, which I will notify you. You just have to choose for sure by the time of your deadline. Our recommendation is get your list, your first pup choice, your second choice, your third choice, even your fourth choice in order so that you know what puppy you're going to choose when it's your turn. And that way we can make sure that, especially when it gets down to the end of the list, when it's a little bit, maybe their first, second, and third choice have already been picked, that they have the time to make sure that they can select the right puppy. And I think that's everything. I'm so excited for you guys. These puppies are incredible, incredible puppies. They're also super similar, so it might be kind of hard to choose because they are so similar. On the breeder side, that means I did a good job selecting for the traits that we were looking for, because these puppies are exactly what we were hoping they would be. They are amazing. So you're going to see that they're just confident, wonderful, eager to please puppies. So it might be a little bit hard to choose, and so be prepared for that. But we're excited. We're excited to see who you guys get. So reach out with any questions that you have. And sorry this video is so long. I feel like I'm just chatting. It's late and we're tired. I'm sorry, but I will get this sent to you. And yeah.